And Energy Secretary Jericho Petilla is also for a review of the Epira Law. He believes it is time for Congress to revisit the intent of that legislation. Here's Freddie Abando with the details.
Cheaper power rates was the promise of Epira when it was enacted in 2011. Government was out of the power business. Napacor's power assets were sold to the private sector. Unfortunately, 12 years after, the cost of power is more expensive for consumers. Foreign investors are cautious from investing in the country. The recent power rate hike of 4 pesos and 15 centavos per kilowatt hour imposed by Meralco but stopped by the Supreme Court's TRO triggered a call to review the Epira.
Anything that cannot be improved is obsolete. So Epira, okay, after 12 years, if it cannot be improved, it must be obsolete. And I don't think it's obsolete. So there is room for improvement, okay? All we have to do is really identify, and I'm not gonna say which parts of the Epira need to be changed because I'll be biased towards that. It will have to be a consensus among all the players, okay, all their concerns, and that's what a third party should be doing right now. We've actually asked KDB to look into this, and World Bank as well, okay, on how it has impacted the people and what changes are needed for that to actually succeed in a sense.
Energy Secretary Jericho Petilla said it may be time for Congress to take a second look at the law. There is a proposal for government to return to power generation. Several business leaders favor the proposal. Petilla said government can build new power plants to serve as buffer during emergencies. The Malampaya funds could provide the funding.
We don't really have to run a plant. We just have to own it and control it as a regulatory, for regulatory purposes on the supply side. Now, if we can have that, what is the structure that needs to be studied, how it's going to be done. But in the end, all these changes really are within the hands of our legislators. Okay, there are some who oppose any changes at all. There are some who are willing for the amendments. Some are saying that government should not go into generation. But all I'm saying is that please look into this. In the end, the future of Epira is not really within the hands of the DOJ Secretary. It is in the hands of our lawmakers.
If you look at the Epira Law, medyo may basic mistake eh. Fundamental mistake. Okay, put yourself in the shoes of these people that earning so much return, and then you're telling them now, hey, you have to lower your investment should be 20, 25. Would they agree? Diba? Kailangan talaga, there's some, you cannot tell them to reduce the price or so and so. Sasabihin niya sa'yo, they will tell you, no, we will not invest anymore. It's a big investment. Eh? They will not invest. Sasabihin lang sa'yo. Then, can the government step in? If the challenges come in like that, pwede ba pumasok ang gobyerno?
Petilla is also proposing a subsidy to be used only when there is a spike in power rates. Jesus Aranza of the Federation of Philippine Industries proposed that all power producers should provide schedules of their maintenance and shutdown to enable the Energy Department to come up with measures to curb power rate hikes.
The bottom line is I always look at the bottom figure. Okay, did we gain or did we lose? So on a subsidy, it doesn't mean that you actually lose. Because when you subsidize, somebody gain, and it's that somebody far higher than the subsidy that we gave in the economy.
Oh, one final question.
Probably there is a temporary suspension of VAT. It can help too. For that period, not for the long term, for a certain period. Like what is happening, let's say, for 1 week or 2 weeks, just to cushion the impact.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.